If you understand the respiratory system anatomy from this one video, you will never struggle with lung questions again, whether it's USMLE, NAPLEX, GPAT, nursing, or any medical exam worldwide. In the next few minutes, I will explain the respiratory system step by step, visually, logically, and concept based. So, anatomy finally makes sense, not memorization. Use the timestamps if you are revising, but I strongly recommend watching in the sequence for complete conceptual clarity. Every single cell in our body needs oxygen to survive. The system that brings oxygen in removes carbon dioxide and keeps our body pH normal is the respiratory system. What is respiratory system? So the respiratory system is responsible for ventilation, gas exchange, acid-base balance. Ventilation means moving air in and out of the lungs. Gas exchange, oxygen enters the blood, carbon dioxide leaves. Acid-base balance, regulation of blood pH through carbon dioxide removal. This system works closely with the cardiovascular system to deliver oxygens to tissues and remove metabolic waste. So coming to the ventilation, air movement. Look at the left side of the image. Ventilation means the physical movement of air. Air enters to the nose and mouth, travels down the trachea, reaches the lungs. During inhalation, oxygen reaches air enter. Exhalation, carbon dioxide rich air leaves. So key points for exam. Ventilation depends on airway patency and respiratory muscles. If air cannot move properly, breathing becomes difficult. Next function is gas exchange, O2 in, CO2 out. Now focus on the center image showing alveoli. Gas exchange occurs in the alveoli. Oxygen moves from alveoli to blood. Carbon dioxide moves from blood to alveoli. This process happens by diffusion. Important concept, gas exchange efficiency depends on alveolar surface area, membrane thickness, blood flow, which means perfusion. So the diseases like pneumonia, ARDS, fibrosis impairs these steps. So next function is cardiovascular connection. So once the oxygen enter blood, the heart pumps oxygenated blood to tissues. Cells use oxygen for energy production. Carbon dioxide is produced as a waste product. That carbon dioxide is carried back to the lungs for removal. So clinical correlation, if heart or lung function fails, tissues become hypoxic. So next is acid base balance, which is pH regulation. Now look at it, the pH scale shown. Carbon dioxide act like an acid in the blood. Increased carbon dioxide leads to decreased pH, which means acidosis. Decreased carbon dioxide, which means increased pH, which condition called alkalosis. The lungs helps to regulate pH by controlling carbon dioxide exhalation. So the exam point of view, you have to remember this point as respiratory disorders often cause respiratory acidosis or alkalosis depending on ventilation status. So if any step fails, the problems and the results. The problems such as poor ventilation, the result is due to carbon dioxide retention. Impaired gas function, then this is due to hypoxemia. And the pH imbalance, which is due to acid-base disorders, cardiopulmonary failure, which is due to organ dysfunction. This is why respiratory disease can become life threatening. So remember one line summary, the respiratory systems ensures air movement, allows oxygen delivery, removes carbon dioxide and maintain blood pH. In the next part, I will be going to explain about the anatomy of the respiratory system. Comment in part 2, like and subscribe.